Hi there, it's Shauna Deru back again, and today I'm going to be talking about the role of our hormones and the opportunities to let things go, and how different phases of our hormonal cycle bring things to the surface when it's time to take a close look and make a shift or make a change. So one thing that we know is that as humans, we're very unlikely to make a change unless we get very uncomfortable. We don't likely make a shift in how we behave and act in the world unless there's a pain or a discomfort or something that becomes intolerable. So the female hormonal cycle can actually create some windows that give us a different vantage point and a view on things that are no longer working. So for example, in the menstrual cycle, the premenstrual phase, the way I look at it is that it turns on like an amplification. So it makes whatever is not working, not right in your life look so big and so intolerable that you're more likely to make a shift. So I don't really believe that these issues come out of the blue. I think that they are always there, and that for the rest of the month we may, be living with them with a little bit of irritation. But in the premenstrual phase, if it's really not working, it's going to become, a bigger issue. So it's like putting a magnifying glass on your work environment or things that are not in alignment in your life, whether you're spending too many hours doing things that are not feeding your soul. Or your relationship, if there's some communication issues or resentments or issues with your teenage kid, things like that. So they get really big in that premenstrual window, so that we are, more motivated to take action and take steps to make changes. The other time that I see that happening, and quite dramatically as I'm sort of going through this phase right now, is through the 40s and the perimenopause shift. So during this time window, it's what I find personally, and I do observe with other people, is that the hormonal shifts are more dramatic. So, when premenstrual syndrome was, sort of gentle and annoying before, it's like the issues come up with like this big burst of energy and you're forced to look at them in a different way. So why would that happen? So if we look at it more from a soul level or metaphysically, it might be that this is the shift that's necessary before we go through menopause to what other cultures, not so much here, but would count as an age of wisdom. So menopause is often revered as a transition to being a wise role in society, that women have a lot to share and offer. Again, we don't see that appreciation as much in North America, but perhaps the perimenopause window is that time that we need to shake it up and let things go. What I find, through observing myself and other people, is that, when things are out of alignment, it's like they become intolerable. So, if a workplace is just not working for you, you have to make a shift. You just can't put up with it anymore. The emotions that get attached to it get quite large. Similarly, I find that a lot of people will leave their relationship in this phase that, it's like I guess you could call it a midlife crisis, or it could be, a good examination of where you're at in your life and what you're willing to put up with. So perhaps perimenopause is this window and this zone to let things go. So, the wisdom that we're coming to with the stability of hormones that happen after menopause, I think is a beautiful place as a woman, where we get that ability to have the single focus with our intentions without being thrown by our emotions and our mood, which has a beautiful gift on its own in terms of the creativity that comes out of that and the energy surges, but also makes it quite difficult on a more spiritual path or on a path where we're trying to manifest things with clarity, because we lose our focus. We get thrown off by the fluctuating hormones. So I'm quite looking forward to that phase of stability. So in the meantime, what do we do? So we can look at how do we restore hormone balance to optimal for us at our age and in the phase of life that we're at, because perhaps some of the discomfort that we're feeling is not necessary. But at the same time, I think it's good to, to sit with the emotions and what it's bringing up, and to look at, what you can let go of. Now, if you are on birth control pills or oral contraceptives of any type, and you're not having a regular cycle with regular fluctuations, or you have irregular periods for whatever reason, or you're past menopause, then you would find that this window happens around the full moon. So before the full moon, people are very sensitive and their emotions are big, and what's not working in their life becomes the same kind of intolerable. And again, that's known as an opportunity for letting things go. So that's another opportunity and opening for for having a close look at what's not working in your life. So that's food for thought for today. I'm looking forward to embracing how do we integrate what we know about hormone imbalance and hormone balance and shift that into ways that support our growth in a much broader sense and allow us to heal at a deeper level. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.